Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cropper here. I just saw a video from PianoIsTheRemedy addressing my Lifeboat ethics video, and I guess a lot of objectivists who watched that probably just took for granted that what I was saying was from Rand. And I just sort of took for granted that as part of objectivism. I never even really thought to mention that it was from Rand. However, in a video I did, I believe the same afternoon, on ethics, or maybe the next day, I read at length from that chapter. Now I've got that video ready to upload, and I would have uploaded it by now, but I think I might lengthen it. It's actually addressed to Jericho movie about objectivism. So, I don't know. I wasn't trying to hide the fact that that was from Ayn Rand, the Lifeboat ethics thing. 5 minutes of looking into objectivism would tell just about anybody that it was not my idea. Perhaps I should have claimed it, but you know, I did 6 or 8 videos in an afternoon, and one of them I do is a quick reply to Lifeboat ethics, and another one is a treatment of it where I read at length from the chapter. So certainly anyone who sees the video, which is edited and ready to upload, I just haven't taken the time because I might lengthen it. Certainly anyone who sees that would never think that I'm trying to pass off the other as mine. I'm not plagiarizing Ayn Rand's ideas, especially if you know that virtually every time I open my mouth I'm saying something like objectivism this or Ayn Rand that. Pretty much, because objectivism is a philosophy that covers everything, as any philosophy that's rational should. So there's no way to get away from a lot of implications of objectivism. Objectivism is a way to live your life and understand reality. So I speak from it all the time, not ashamed of that, and I'm not trying to plagiarize Ayn Rand's ideas. Now that you know that I'm an objectivist, that I'm not out here giving my own piddly-winked opinion, now that you know that, perhaps you can judge my future videos accordingly and say, is he informed by objectivism here? Now, if you think the things that I'm saying make sense, I'll tell you, I don't originate a great deal of my thoughts, some of it, but not all of it. So if you think that it makes sense, then you need to start investigating the ideas that I'm advocating. Now, it's interesting the attitude that Mr. Remedy takes, because supposedly he's upset that I sort of try to plagiarize this idea, which he thought was a good idea, the interesting thought. He thought this idea of that we shouldn't look at a situation as if we're throwing our life away. We should look at ethics from some sort of a different perspective, and he wanted to think a little bit more about that. So he goes and looks into it, and he discovers it's Ayn Rand's thought. And that I've seen, he doesn't answer that yet. The fact that it's Ayn Rand's idea skewed reality for him, and it's no longer an idea that was nearly as profitable or interesting. Perhaps he does have a reply to it, a response to it somewhere. He certainly didn't put it in that video where he's complaining at great length that it's Ayn Rand's idea. So it is Ayn Rand's idea, but it's valid still, isn't it? This speaks to a lot of the irrational hatred that objectivism gets from people who prejudge her, have never read a damn thing she wrote, don't understand what she said, and don't care to look for themselves. They run into an argument from somebody who doesn't mention Rand all of a sudden, and they say, wow, that makes a lot of sense.